got it done and
Whoop.
got it. All righty, y'all. Peaceful greetings to you all. Namaste, namaste, namaste. Islam, Islam, Islam. I am Brother Hassan Ghazi Obey here in Morocco at Northwest of Maxim. How are you? Welcome to our 7-day tribal medical astro weather report. And I'm here with our magnificent and beloved brother in whom we are well pleased, and he is.
Yeah, I sure already know, but y'all can just call me. What was that appellation, bro? The bros be saying.
He said, "You just cut." I'm just gonna cut right to it.
Right to it.
Appellation. All right, let's get it. Always fun, guys. We want to give some flash testimonies for this weather report. Seven Hill Star has been very, very busy, man. Really looking at what can be done collectively, not just for one's self. However, really looking to see what can be done on a collective level. Really putting into place the Prophet Noble Drew Ali's mindset and mission without really diverting too much from off the course as far as the principles laid down are concerned, and making sure, because, when it comes to Seven Hill Star, we're not, anything but being consistent and being brothers. We don't really mix mindsets. We are unapologetically Moorish American for real. We don't look to go along and get along with other beings in any way, shape, or form. What we actually do is just remain, persistent. However, there are beings out there at times, in TikTok worlds and others that seem to want to, I guess, make like feeble attacks and stuff. You know what I mean? But what we're realizing is when you're sincere and continue to deliver what people actually really need and can change their minds. Everybody, some way, shape, or form, if you're that type of being that shares honestly and sincerely, there's some challenges that may come. And it's not even real challenges towards you. It's people not being able to handle the fact that, you're not going along with the things in their mind. So I said all of that to say, guys, just, remain being yourself. You know what I mean? If you have to defend yourself vehemently, you know what I mean, and unapologetically, if you can't run from someone, as Prophet Noble Drew Ali suggests, and it's published within the oral statements and prophecies, and use your discernment when reading those. But he says you can't run away. You can't run from a fight. Drop the world on them. Right. So with that being said, we're going to jump right into this screen share. Welcome, everyone, to 7 Hill Star Astro Calendar, March, Aries 2023 to February, Pisces 2024. All right. Time never was when man was not. And we are quoting Al-Hajj Sheikh Sharif Abdul Ali, doing religious corporate activity via affidavit, being Prophet Noble Drew Ali. So we're coming to the moon cycle. That it's a moon cycle, a month, right? That has in it, and this particular calendar month or Gregorian calendar month has the air sign Libra, the scales, anciently and contemporarily ruled by Venus, as well as the water sign Scorpio, the scorpion, anciently and contemporarily still ruled by tradition by Mars. And assisting is the planet that just went station direct a day prior, right? Some will say yesterday, at about 2100 hours and 9 minutes, maybe 2100 hours, 10 minutes Eastern. Pluto is stationed direct to yesterday. And by February 1st, 2024, it will be out of its retrograde zone. Some people call it the retrograde shadow. That's when Pluto will be exiting its retrograde shadow, February 1st, 2024. But now Pluto's direct, right? It's pretty cool, right? So now we're looking at the moon cycle pertaining to the 12th, right? And 12th through the 18th. So for Thursday, Brother Sean kicks it off. He's got 5 testimonies, starting off with a Martian ingress into Scorpio. So shout out to all of those have Mars and Scorpio in your natal chart, right? Preparing for that Mars return that's there. That's happened 4 minutes after midnight, as you can see. So 0-100 hours and 4 minutes, or 12:04 anti-meridian Eastern. In those 3 testimonies, and then a lunar ingress into a Libra. All righty. After a 4-hour and 12-minute void course, from course Virgo, the moon will ingress Libra on the 13th. It is I, Brother Hassan Ghazi Obey. I did not know it was just one testimony for me. So I have one testimony. And it looks like after Mars ingresses Scorpio, it is trine Saturn at 0800 hours and 29 minutes or 8:29 anti-meridian Eastern, while Luna is continuing its transit via Libra on the 14th for the day pertaining to the solar eclipse, right? For the solar eclipse that's taking place on the 14th. Brother Sean Alimel is going in on two conjunctions. Both the luminaries make a conjunction. It's interesting. First, the moon is conjunct, right? Mercury, and then it goes into solar eclipse mode when it goes to be conjunct with the sun, right? So Pluto going station direct just 4 days prior to the solar eclipse. So it's going to be some super duper changes here, guys. You know what I'm saying? Like some transformations and new beginnings for many. And I think a lot of people, if you're not already well balanced, you're just kind of being tugged and pulled a certain way, so it's always good to get your astrology completed. Get your Mirror AstroLiteracy session scheduled and get your mental magician report. You reach out to me for the Mirror AstroLiteracy session. Reach out to Brother Shonley now for the mental magician report. All right. For the 15th, it is, let's clear that screen up, right? Boom, shakalaka. For the 15th, it is I, Brother Hassan Ghazi Obey. I have 5 testimonies there. Luna is going to egress Libra and then ingress Scorpio after a 4-hour and 3-minute void course moon. Guys, remember, moon void course is buyer's remorse. Make no major plans or major transactions during the moon void course. All right, and then I have those other 3 transits there after that lunar ingress into Scorpio. So shout out to all the Scorpio moons out there. Right? Guess you're having a bit of a Mars return and lunar return there. Looky, Astro Cookie. For the 16th, Brother Sean Alimel, he has one testimony. Look at that. While Luna continues its transit in Scorpio, Brother Sean has a lunar reflecting Jupiter. So the lunar Jupiterian reflection is taking place at 0700 hours and 31 minutes or 7:31 anti-meridian Eastern. For the 17th, I, Brother Hassan Ghazi Bey, have 5 testimonies there, and one of them being after Luna egresses Scorpio and then ingresses Sagittarius at 3:36 post-meridian Eastern or 1500 hours and 36 minutes. And that's after a 3-hour and 53-minute void of course. For the 18th, Brother Sean Alino will complete this beautiful 7-day Tropic Medical Astro Weather Report as he goes on out and completes it with that just right before sunrise. It looks like lunar Venusian quartile, right? Moon square Venus taking place for the 18th. And with that, I yield the floor. So it's looking like Brother Sean, hold on, you got like 5, 7, 9. You got 9 testimonies, bro, because you're 16th and 18th are singular. And I have 1, 5. Looks like I got 11, right? Technically, you know what I'm saying? With 8 of them actually being actual transits, and all the transits are lunar, right? And so, yeah, cool. So let's knock this out, guys. Let's have some fun, all righty? So with that being said, let's go here. Stoppeth the screen shareth. All righty, let's start one here. All right. Screen share. All right. So here we go. Let's give the remote control to our beloved brother, whom well pleased, so he can assist in co-pilot. Exactly. Co-pilot. All righty. We yield the floor to you, Brother Sean Alimel.
Islam. All righty, guys. So buckle up. Try to catch what you can as we do the flash testimonies.
Indeed.
I don't think Marvel could do better than this, but anyways,
I like
here
this.
we go. I like that. All right, so we've got solar ingress. Pardon me, not the solar ingress, the Sun conjunct ascendant for October 12th, 2023. All right, Sun's at 18 degrees Libra. Still going through that electrical degrees, rolling over the 11th house cusp. And also rolling over Venus and Moon. So for just this sunrise, guys, just get yourselves grounded, as Brother Hassan was saying in the intro. With the different planets making their egresses and ingresses, and leaving different retrograde shadows. It's just best to be grounded and connect oneself to Earth. Be of service to yourself and be of service to Earth. And just find you a good meditation. So maybe the people will be finding some good meditation videos or assistance, or something of some sort via the internet, or just including something in their daily routine to benefit themselves and keep their heart going. And with that, I yield the floor.
Hold on 2 seconds. I didn't bring up the chart adjust. Give me one moment, and I got you.
Indeed. So, next. We have the Mars ingress Scorpio, guys. So
Mars ingress Scorpio.
It's pretty sweet, right? Mars is definitely home, comfortable, feeling good in Scorpio.
That's happening right before, like right after midnight, correct?
Correct.
That's previous. Got it. And
got it.
I yield.
All right. So yes, the Mars ingress into Scorpio. Woohoo! All right, so Mars is home, Mars is dominant. We look plus 11 and its own triplicity and its own face. Mars is like, this is giving me One Punch Man energy. If anybody's ever seen that, like, wowzers. And it's occurring in the 4th house. So Mars also ruling over the 10th house and the 5th. All right, so the 10th and the 5th. So when it comes to creativity in your career, and just things within the home, I think that people can really be sensuous and passionate about becoming free from a lot of things that occur, at the opposite house where Mars is ruling with those who are in authority or in the public image. Guys, this is a great time to get on track and to become passionate about whatever one desires when it comes to, working with others, dealing with other finances, and, just holding those who are in fiduciary trustee positions, and being clear about that within your home to secure your home. And Luna's ruling over this. Luna's in the 3rd, right? 12 from where she is. So yeah, this is about, once again, just getting clear on what the home life is like, and just securing oneself and allowing oneself to get the things that are needed without having to do forced labor or other things. And with that, I yield the floor. Next up, we have a lunar Uranian trine. All right, so Luna ascending. Right at 22 degrees Virgo. All right, so this is a hairdresser, also a military degree, guys. Uranus is in the 9th, so this is the 1st and 9th house. So this is, self-higher learning. And with Luna, ascending, being a lunar, guys, it's really trust yourself here, and really go with the flow with one's soul is dictating to yourself. What are your studies revealing? What is the one able to see now with the law of religion, so that one can separate themselves from things that might have kept them down. And Mercury, being in mutual reception with Venus, and Mercury and Venus also ruling the houses, final expositors for the houses is, guys, there's a lot of beautiful communication. So make sure one's not closing themselves off from truth, from things that are hidden due to either being unbalanced or ungrounded, or just caught up in things of flesh rather than spirit. And with that, I yield the floor. All right, next up, we got a lunar Neptunian reflection. All right, guys. So, yep, Luna is definitely kicking in the 9th. All right, 25 degrees, 39 minutes Virgo. Neptune in the 3rd. So definitely Imam and medium quelly Chweli, Amun Coeli, however, you like to pronounce it, that Luna and Neptune's, close to, conjunct to, they're at 29 degrees of the sun degree. So the light is being shined on what's going on, right? I don't know why that Marvin Gaye song comes to mind, but it's just best to be clear on things, right? Rather than be caught up in distractions, and 25 degrees is the Aryan degree. So yeah, just be clear on where one is headed and what's real, what's not real, what's truth, what's not. Just be clear on those things within yourself, within your own thinking and your studies. And with that, I yield the floor. Next, we have a lunar Plutonian trine. All right, occurring at 27 degrees. All right, 54 minutes. Luna's in the 7th, Pluto's in the 12th. So this is dealing with partnerships, the bedroom, contracts and things hidden, or just also equality for, kind of old age, long-term structure. So if Pluto being direct, his brother sign set February 1st, 2024, it'd be out of shadow and also moving into Aquarius, guys. So a lot of things that have been occurring, for the past couple moon cycles of months, people will be transforming and be able to move forward with what they've been studying, what they've been feeling, or what they're, be feeling called to do. Listen to your heart. Kind of like that song, "Listen to Your Heart," and and really allow oneself to really heal from things that need to be healed from, that are, pulling themselves up when it comes to, structure and service, and just let that light shine, and don't, affirm that delays only work for myself, rather than complain about everything being delayed on how you view yourself or how you see the world. Maybe some things take a little bit longer to grasp or really comprehend than one could be ready for at this moment. So allow the physical to catch up with the spirit, but know what's going on with the spirit. And follow that. And with that, I yield the floor. So Luna will be void of course here. Should be 4 hours and, let me see, 22 minutes. No, pardon me, 4 hours, 12 minutes. So yeah. So this is Byron Moore's, guys. So just from this 4:10 p.m., 8:22 Eastern, just really don't buy anything. Make sure you get your groceries before you go into your job, or if you get off early, just get everything previously. Hold off on the carts during this time. Yeah, you might see a sale, but just hold off on it. And and that's that. So we have Luna now ingressing Libra. All right, and this is occurring in the 5th house. All right, so once again, this is beautifying. 2 houses away from where she naturally rules. 3 signs away from a natural ruler. So this is all about creative beauty. So maybe doing something with your loved ones or your children, kind of like some painting, arts and crafts of some sort. Sun is at Venus, at a soul degree, being ruled by Venus. Venus is definitely in that 4th house. So yeah, maybe, taking yourself out, your children or your loved ones or your siblings or maybe grandparents, just do something beautiful out and around the town, or even just doing kind of some short trip or journey, for that matter. Just do things that are beautiful, to add beauty to your life and those around you. And with that, I yield the floor. Ooh, oh, wow, that's it for me. I yield to my bro as we go in for the holiday.
Alrighty, y'all. Here we go. Moon is sun actually, pardon me. Sun is at its fall, right? Why is autumn called fall? Because it was a reminder that astrology is really what runs the world, because we're here to master the workings of nature and definitely be able to have the elementary lessons and the lessons that are supposed to go through, life your whole time. It's the sun. in in Libra at 19 degrees. That's the fall of the sun. So that's why autumn was also called fall, to give an astrological reminder to those of us returned that are to be the Astrocivicians that we are. So with the sun here, it's not really a bad thing, or like, oh no, it's in its fall. No. Not what really is happening here. It's been in its so-called fall sign, but now it's at the degree pertaining to its fall, 19 degrees, finishing up though, however, here. And this is where the sunrise is actually taking place. Alrighty, at 19 degrees, 52 minutes. Of course, rolling over the 11th house. So, guys, it's just, fascination in the now, where beings, when it comes to not seeing the fault in their values, there's going to be really some things brought, to the forefront pertaining to mothers and children, and the fascination and denial therewith, even if someone is denying someone else's child, so to speak. And what is actually happening there, there's going to be some values pertaining to the details that's going to be seen in the mistakes that are made. So one will maybe stumble and fall and actually realize that it may be a little too late to recover themselves from what they fell from. However, at the end of the day, the lesson will be learned. With that, I yield the floor. What we're looking at, of course, for the 13th, all I have is a Martian Saturnian trine. All righty, and it is taking place on the 13th, October 2023 at 0800 hours, 28 minutes and 40 seconds, as you all see here. All righty, and so Mars is clearly, clearly there. It's interesting, it's ascending. However, Mars is in the 12th. All righty. Interesting how this is a daytime chart. So Mars would be considered the most malefic, so to speak, with quite a bit of dignity, though. It looks like it has the most dignity in the chart here, right? Because it is technically a daytime chart. So the most, issues would be dealing with the collective self as well as the collective health. So there may be some things that are hidden that may get communicated, brought to the forefront, where people are going to have to really change the way that they are, maybe doing things in their career, maybe with how they stand, as well as dealing with the wounded healing, so they'll be able to move forward, especially when it comes to not only their heart, but also when it comes to things that may be tied to their spirit also. So when it comes to the heart, maybe some wounded healings pertaining to the heart and something hidden pertaining to the soul and its destiny. That's where one can really see some, some closure when it comes to their standing and their health. And with that, I yield the floor. Oh, you know what? Hold on. I wanted to really speak. If we could go back to that really quickly, because I really wanted to just speak to that Mars. But when it's trine Saturn, that Mars trine Saturn, this is what I will say to that. Ones will be able to really stay focused on their goal. That's what I really, really see taking place there. There's going to be such a huge focus on getting the goals done. Alrighty. Yeah, it's trying. It's all good. It's trying. We just don't have a 120 there. Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah, shit.
Yeah, and then just take it on previous, right?
Take it to the bridge.
So where was that Saturn? Saturn's in the 4th. Alrighty. And very interestingly saying, with that being said, with Saturn there in the 4th, hey, bit of accidental dignity. Accidental debility. As far as terrestrial housing goes. However, it's ruling the 4th house here. So when it's ruling the radical and sudden changes, maybe when it comes to the radical changes pertaining to the home, this will actually show that there's actual harmony and bettering and being quite effective, because this is between both the malefics, so to speak, in traditional astrology. And since it's a daytime chart, Saturn is the least malefic, even though it's nocturnally placed, being in the hemisphere opposite the sun, so to speak. However, Mars being diurnally placed while in its nocturnal sign, Scorpio, it's in a diurnal chart also, right? So what we can actually see here, right, even though, neither of them are like either in highs or exconditione, like out of condition, what is really said about this Mars trine Saturn here, it's really just tied to home, self, and health, and how one actually stands amongst their peers and deals with the wounded healing pertaining to the heart and the things that are needed as far as closure pertaining to one's soul's destiny. So the foundational structure pertaining to one's security and property and family roots, alrighty, will be taking quite a bit of a change, right? But it will definitely be for the better, completely for the better. And with that, I yield the floor to my beloved brother, in whom I'm well pleased, Brother Sean Alina Islam.
Right. So here we are. October 14th on a Saturday. On a Saturday, we got Sol at 20 degrees 51 minutes. Right. Ruling over that lovely 11th house. Right. So with this, guys, being at a Scorpion degree, right, still definitely ruling over that Venus. Yeah, this is a day of eclipse. So I think a lot of things are going to be coming out, pertaining to the home life or pertaining to your children or pertaining to your ancestor roots, maybe things about, land or inheritance coming up. For some, like to say maybe real estate for those that deal with businesses. I think a lot of things just being uncovered. And with, Mars being Scorpio, we're about just securing the things for ourselves, that are divine given, creator given, whatever one would like to say, and just becoming secure in that and not letting, no one else come across our, things. And it's best not to, just be in a fascination and denial sense or, a dark aspect sin, and to really just, let that light shine, for that day, within your soul, and allow, justice, or Jesus to really, just take the wheel. Yep. Yeah, and it's really reaping the things that one have sowed, whether you did good things or bad things. However, everything's becoming uncovered. With that, I yield the floor. So we have a lunar Mercurian conjunction. Wow, once again, it's back at that electrical degree. Right, and this is definitely in the first house. This is occurring. All right, so this is intellect and intuition. Or intuition, speaking and thinking. Once again, another Cancer degree at 16. So yeah, I'm really getting is that I think the people, with this post eclipse would really be looking at how they view themselves, how they view contracts. Really, just this is like seeing Bay Clock of Destiny, like getting back into the basics like mathematics and really just seeing things for what they are and not how have they been appearing. So yes, one would have to let themselves be crucified, giving up of the personality and ego, and really just let the work that was laid down in spirit come to us so we know how to move and operate. And with Venus, ruling over that conjunction, Venus is in Virgo, she's in the 12th. So once again, just a lot of healings and endings are coming up pertaining, to our home lives, our children, or to the mothers. Maybe this eclipse is going to wake the mothers up so that this can all be over and done by breakfast. With that energy, because no one comes through but by mother. And with Mercury and Venus in mutual reception, guys, yeah, you just really have to, speak right and communicate and let the balance, take occur, and what things need to happen will occur, and just to really allow yourself to be transformed and, let spirit flow through rather than things of the flesh. And with that, I yield the floor. So next up, we have the total eclipse. Yeah. All right. Guys, make sure that you check out this Monday's Intuition Monday, but make sure you check out the previous Intuition Monday where we went in more detailed for all around the globe or Earth for the solar eclipse. So if I'm remembering correctly, 21 degrees is the stage, comedy, the exaltation of Saturn.
Yep,
right.
yep.
And I've already seen some things too. I can't remember exactly where I was talking about watch for artists or anyone, speaking out and getting in trouble. I've already seen that, happen. And we just had went in on that, last AstroWeather report.
Indeed.
So this is in the 9th house. So we're in a sun's joy, the invoking or call upon house, some like to say God house, for the East Coast. So yeah, and the exaltation of Saturn's in the 2nd. So yeah, I'm really just seeing, and it's in Pisces. So when it's dealing with and sidereal, Vedically speaking, Aquarius, it's a liberation coming, especially to those who have taken these public positions of trust. That's all I can really see and feel that is coming. And pardon me, things can go much quicker. I feel as if the people, really actually get excited about being secure rather than being slaves. Want to be free more rather than wanting to be a slave, which could seem foreign because people could be like, this is all I ever knew. Well, it's opportunity for a new beginning. To really just get disciplined and focused on things and be about, securing yourself, but also securing things for others. Because what's the point of someone getting everything for themselves and no one else is able to do anything, right? So it's made me just think of the Red Book. I think it was like chapter Jesus, I think past like the 5th or 6th test when he's like, Jesus Yeshua, when he was like, I can't rest until, everyone eats or gets clothing. Like, how can I fancy myself with things while there's others out there in need? So really coming back to that, heroism about others with this eclipse. And yeah, it's going to be an interesting next year or two. And we got 2 eclipses this month. So, justice is being served. And all for those that are in, public office, I would just, read the Constitution and read your duties. Yeah. And with that, I yield the floor.
Indeed. I was looking for, you said which one was it? Because I do see
I think it was like either the 5th or 6th test.
Okay. Yeshua takes I see the 6th degree and passed the 6th chamber of the Eastern Sages. In the land there was no place more grandly furnished than the beauty parlors of the Temple of the Sun. And you said that he said how can he do one thing when there's people that are basically
my bad, bro. It's chapter degree 17. He passes the 4th test. And it would be minute 15.
Chapter 17, minute 15. How could I seek for pleasure for myself while others are in want? How can I think that while the children cry for bread, while those in haunts of sin call out for sympathy and love, that I can fill myself to full with the good things of life? And that's interesting, bro, because that's what you already know. Like, be discussing when it's like how, we were just discussing just briefly with, Malika and, bro, Jaren. It's like, that's just all I see, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's funny because I have that highlighted. I don't know if that can be seen, right? But I have that highlighted, what you were just talking about. You know what I'm saying? Because with that being said, that's how I see things for ourselves. Like, instead of me just trying to, let me be a secured party creditor, or I got this trust with this DBA, and I'm not knocking people that do that. My mindset is just different. I'm thinking in terms of what Prophet Noble Drew Ali has divinely prepared as far as his literature. And I seek to, yes, have things for my consort, our sons. You see what I'm saying? And for all those that are a part of our congregation. You see what I'm saying? Those that willingly want to be, choosing to love, those of us that are Seven Hill Star. We're not here to cater to people with a chip on their shoulder, right? Or people who think we owe them something. That's not what we're about. What we're about is how can I say it so that Pookie and Ray Ray and Boom Quisha can comprehend it? We're fucking with who fucks with us, right? I don't think any way, that's no other way to say it, so that the people in the cheap seats can comprehend it. When I say cheap seats, I'm talking about those still in the lower self. All right. So we're not here to, do for people who feel entitled to something because they're really still in their lower self. So when we are looking at these different lessons and looking at the astrology and the civics, the end goal is to make sure to have what we need, not only for us and our immediate loved ones, however, those abroad too. I'm going to make sure I complete a lot of things. For example, making sure children have school supplies, whether they're homeschooled or not. Making sure we're doing like things where we're feeding people and not trash stuff, like making sure they're having things that are healthy. You see what I'm saying? Like seriously. But it's amazing you brought that up, bro. Chapter 17 or degree 17 in the mysteries of the Silent Brotherhood of the East, right? Which some people call the Red Book, right? Minute 15. So yeah, bro. It's funny because the next one I have underlined too in red. Can you see that there where I'm pointing to? Can you see that? No, you can't see that, or you can. Brother Sean.
Let me see if I can make you bigger. I really can't see it.
No, I mean just kind of where I'm pointing. Maybe I will just for a moment, I guess. Stop.
Let me see if I had gathered you.
It's great that you brought that up. So that's what I'm kind of pointing out there.
16.
I said you mentioned 15, and it's like it's amazing that you mentioned something that I made note of. But 16 is, I tell you, nay, we all are kin. And some people like, nah, we ain't all kin. It's like, that's how people don't have these lessons. So remember, my mindset is based on these books you guys seeing laid up against other books on the bookshelf, but they're facing you guys because this is my mindset, period. I don't care what anybody says or thinks. This is my mindset. All righty. And these lessons aren't to be misused. There is no abuse, no misusing pertaining to these lessons that are to take place, guys. So it's really awesome, right? We all are kin, each one a part of the great human heart. And under that underline, I got part and parcel, right? Because I really, and it is what it is. I know some people will probably call it whatever they call it, but I'm just going to be myself and say what it is. This is my mindset, period. I don't depart from this. What you see behind me, Prophet Noble Drew Ali's lessons, you know what I mean? Like, honestly, that's just all I will, put myself through these past 9 years. It's just that this past year or so, I've been like, all right, let me be more industrious and balance out the study with being industrious and seeing what can be done that way. However, now I'm at a point where it's like, I can't do anything unless I'm really seeing how to bring these lessons to the physical more and more so that we all can have what it is that we need. And that's why I said this is not for those that feel entitled or, they think they come across Prophet Noble Drew Ali's, lessons and they want to be some special leader guy somewhere or a special leader girl somewhere. It's like, that's not what I see in these lessons. So good call, Brother Sean, on that one. Let's get back to knocking this out. All right. So now we are at, I got to give you the remote control again, if I'm not mistaken. There you go. All right, so we're at the 15th now, right? I got 5 testimonies. Let's knock out this. Sunrise happening at 7:20 anti-meridian, approximately, actually 700 hours, 20 minutes, 26 seconds. Sun is at 21 degrees, 51 minutes, still at the Saturn's exaltation stage in comedy, technically, where the sunrise is taking place at 21 degrees, Libra, 51 minutes. So, guys, just, have some fun, laugh, right? Interesting how the fascination and denial pertaining to true Lilith is now at 0 degrees, Virgo, 41 minutes in the 11th, while the sun is ruling over the 11th house. And to be complete with that, also Venus there in mutual reception with Mercury, as Brother Sean had mentioned, ruling over Sun conjunct the ascendant, even though it looks like it's in the 12th house, is just, trying to give space between that and the moon after that eclipse. So here again, when it comes to the fascination and denial pertaining to the details and the health pertaining to someone else's children, some people may be making financial decisions over the health of children or the importance pertaining to the relationship pertaining to children, and therefore, sacrificing, their relationship with any child in some way, shape, or form, or having others to force them to have some kind of different values when coming to the health pertaining to children. So just some things dealing with fascination, denial, health, and values that's really there. And it's kind of just what's going to be on the forefront, it seemed, for quite a few more days. Exactly, especially while Sun is finishing up its transit there in Libra. All right. With that, however, find some way to smile about it. Right? Find some way to laugh. And with that, yield the floor. So, happening at about 0300 hours, 1 minute, Luna and Pluto have a quartile, right? So there's a stimulation between the two. 27 degrees, Libra, 54 minutes in the 3rd house where Luna is. And in the 5th house, Pluto is there. 27 degrees. Capricorn, 54 minutes. Guys, this right here, it's really letting you know that there's just, when it comes to the people and power, there's power in communication with the people. However, what's going to have to take place is people are going to have to be very creative in making sure they're expressing themselves in a prudent fashion and a well-structured and well-disciplined way. And with that, I yield the floor. There is a void of course moon that is taking place at that time. And if I remember correctly, Brother Sean, that void of course moon is about 3 hours and 4 hours, 3 minutes. Did I get that correct? I want to make sure I got that correct. 4 hours and 3 minutes.
Indeed.
For that void of course moon, when Luna made its last aspect, 90 degrees to Pluto, before egressing Libra, now ingressing Scorpio at 0700 hours, 3 minutes and 52 seconds. Luna is there. 0 degrees, 0 minutes, Scorpio in the 1st house, guys. So here we can really allow the inner recesses pertaining to our subconscious mind, of course. All right. We can really find a way for ourselves to really express what fortunate things are, within us, as far as how to plot and plan a really good health regimen. Maybe exercise is something that a lot of people need here. And with said exercise, this is actually taking place right before sunrise, about 16 minutes roughly and some change before sunrise. What this really allows to happen is for you to really take advantage of, doing a little meditation, little relaxation as far as your breathing exercises, as well as doing something a bit athletic. Maybe take a walk, a run, a bike ride. And with that, I yield the floor. Luna trying Saturn, alrighty. Maybe about an hour and 37 minutes after this. So Luna's there. Of course, in the 12th house, 0 degrees, 51 minutes in Scorpio. Saturn, 0 degrees, 51 minutes retrograde in the 4th. So with that being said, guys, what we can actually see here, Venus in mutual reception with Mercury is ruling over this Luna here. So, guys, when it comes to anything hidden, right, any of the subconscious mindset, there may be some issues with possible with women's mental health. Alrighty, and so what may happen here with women's mental health? There may be something that is actually unveiled with women's mental health, as far as when it comes to the sudden changes that need to basically take place with the uh, internalized structure of one's thoughts. So keep a lookout on that. However, make sure you injure yourself not for a fool. And with that, I yield the floor. Luna conjunct Mars. We knew it was coming, right? So Luna's conjunct Mars, a little under 3 hours after that, they are conjunct, alrighty, in the 11th house. So, guys, when it really comes to really looking at the beauty pertaining to active motherhood, right? What may happen here in the beauty pertaining to active motherhood? It may take, this may be like the village raising a child kind of like energy. However, what may happen with this is maybe a village raising a child due to maybe some mental health issues dealing with women. I just really see that that's really prominent here as pertaining to mental health. I really just see it. 28 degrees for Libra, right? For the 11th house is at 28 degrees Libra, 34 minutes. 28 degrees is a Cancer degree. 2 degrees for the moon and Mars is a Venus degree. Dealing with health, right? So we're really talking about the mind with the moon. And then when it comes to activities and being forward with those activities, right? That's Mars. So maybe, when it comes to really, finding the values in anger management. So, people may really actually see the assistance needed in helping to raise children, especially around those where people can actually see that mothers, certain mothers, maybe fathers too, that are, having a anger management issue. So instead of having, someone, call some agency on you, maybe the community, will step in to make sure that that'll happen. That's if and only if, um, you know, it isn't too psychotic as far as the child's mother and or father. All righty. So with that being said, guys, next we see here is Luna sextiling Venus. Luna's there at 6 degrees Scorpio, 9 minutes. Hey, that's a 6 and a 9. Venus is there at 6 degrees, 9 minutes, Virgo in the fifth. So what we see here in the seventh and the fifth, guys, when it comes to relatives and children, right? You can really take this opportunity to have a daily routine communicated when it comes to children and how they are having activities and relating to others. And with that, I yield the floor to our beloved brother, in whom we're well pleased, Brother Sean Ali Mel, Islam.
Islam. All right. Should hit the next thing. We're moving along. All right. Sun at 22 degrees. All right. So, right. For this is Monday, Moon Day. So be sure to join me and Brother Hassan. I think we'll be doing that lunar eclipse Monday. Yeah, we should be doing that lunar eclipse that Monday. So join us for that. Right. So sun at 22 degrees, right? As I would like to say, a kill or be killed degree, but it's artistic and hope. So one can really just paint their lives really beautiful in a way. For those that like to do poetry, or for those that like to do writing, movies, however that you can artistically express yourself that, makes you feel good about expressing that and getting things off. You can really let any lower self and hatred and all these other things be killed off by expressing yourself in a positive, fashionable way. All right, Venus ruling over the ascendant. Also ruling over the 8th house from the 11th, Soul, and mutual reception with Mercury in the 12th house, ruling over the 9th. So, Yeah, guys, there's just a lot of transformation occurring with how we can see law religion. So maybe some who have really been against it maybe can check out the Veritas presentation or look at the Metaphysical Bible Dictionary and actually really see that it's not as bad as it was. It was just misinterpretation of it, for that. So, yeah, let the structure be back into your mind and yourself. And once again, just continue to let the ego die off and let spirits lead the way. And wow. And the North Node right there is on the ascendant as well, right? And descendant 24 degrees. So yeah, a lot of things about your current self, old self are just being passed off. So it's kind of like seeing how a lot of things didn't work and how one was holding himself back and how other ideals and thought were holding one back so that now you can move forward and be confident with this new you, which makes me think of the Bible verse that Keith always quotes. When he's like, we are renewed and we put our new selves on. I'm not sure what that is exactly, but I might be able to search it real quick. But I can't remember what it is. It's like we put on our new selves.
Declare and proclaim your nationality. Oh, God, bro. I'm just serious.
So, with that, just be open to the new. With that, I yield the floor. The only aspect for this day is the Jupiter, the lunar Jupiter reflection occurring at 9 degrees, which is pretty cool, right? You think of Sagittarius being the ninth sign, and Jupiter rolling over Sagittarius, and Jupiter's at 9 degrees. All right, so it's 9 degrees. It's nothing there. Anything's Horus? No. Not really. Jupiter Saturn conjunction, February 15th, 1941, 9 degrees, 6 minutes. But that's 10 minutes past. So, and this is 6th and 12th. So, hidden enemies, open enemies, health and service, self-doing, self-undoing. So, yeah, really just reflect on the things that, like I said, just things are just surfacing and, change of directions occurring. And really just reflect on the things that are foreign to how you view yourself and how one, sees himself in their own mind and just how can one really expand on being of service to oneself and others. Because the more we better ourselves, the more that we can assist and help others. So just reflect on that and make sure everyone journals today on this Monday. That's the only aspect. 7:31, 10 minutes after sunrise on the East Coast. So
pardon me, bro. Hold on.
Oh wow, we in November.
Yeah, hold on 2 seconds. That's why I was like, did I press it and you press it at the same time or something? Either way, it doesn't matter. That's why I was looking like, hold it, wait a minute. Let's rewind that testimony there, beloved brother.
I was like, yo, Jupiter was moving. So it's probably gonna be about what, 12, 13, 12.
Here we go.
So yeah, air pressure and gravitation, architecture.
There we go. 1 and 7.
Business. So yeah. Where we're at now. So now we in the 1st and the 7th.
Correct.
So this is just once again looking at how we view ourselves. Moon's at a Piscean degree. So we're really able to start seeing how we can really balance on letting go of things that we held onto that weren't healthy for us, unconscionable things that we held onto that weren't good for us, just how we view ourselves and, how we have an attitude towards the world. So that now Jupiter retrograde, being guru, being the wisdom, being the experience, being optimism, we're really seeing how things are with our interactions from others, right? Mars ruling over Luna, Venus ruling over Jupiter, and is an upcoming sextile. So yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of things when it comes to health, service, beauty, how we apply ourselves, from what we see and how we see fit, and also working with others, and also when it comes to lawsuits and things of that matter. That being in communication with others and continually to study and learn and not get complacent is the best for us. Venus chart ruler, Venus in the 11th, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and ascendant's at a Piscean degree as well. So a lot of
Yeah.
love and surrender, and um, yeah, I think it's back in our hands, and it's always been in our hands. So, um, yeah, really tune the things out that aren't benefiting to you. Yeah. And with that, I yield the floor to you, bro. Islam.
Islam. Alrighty. So sunrise is taking place at 22 degrees, 50 minutes. 22 degrees, still artistic. And oh, hold on. 2 seconds. So one more again. I hit the previous, should be 23 degrees. 2 seconds. Here we go. 17th. Alrighty. So 23 degrees, 50 minutes is where the sunrise is taking place. 23 degrees, respectfully, in the Encyclopedia of Astrology by Nicholas DeVore, is the degree of homosexuality. Alrighty, so this is where I would say, this is my speech on that, if I may, is respect nature. I think this is where ones pertaining to that kind of energy will actually maybe have an unrelation, hopefully, and needfully have an unrelation that, look how you got here. Because to be able to make a decision and take place in your mind those types of activities means you don't respect nature, right? However, this is according to, Vivian E. Robson, which is where these fixed stars and astrology degree interpretations are coming from, that have been published within the Encyclopedia of Astrology. So that is what 23 degrees is, right? So what I would say here is do everything in your will, those of you that are in harmony with nature, to make sure your children are not exposed to such war or wars against nature. It would be best to make sure that the standing when it comes to children and others' children, that they really have the details pertaining to a competent love, not one that is dealing with the mental issue. Because for me, you got to be somebody who's really out of harmony psychologically to endure in homosexuality. It's disrespecting how you got here. So I'm thinking that this would be a really great time to show your children the values, and making sure you're standing and not, denying, oneself a healthy mindset and lifestyle by making sure you're not participating in any way, shape, or form. I don't care if it's books, cartoons, whatever. Make sure you're very vigilant pertaining to your children's eyes and what they have to endure being a part of. Alrighty. If you can help it. Some of us have experience where, people will know more signs and know that the mother status determines the child status, and what mothers will do is actually take advantage of that and still create a very harmful situation for children by actually not being in harmony with nature, whether it is by way of doing homosexual activities or actually just having a mental issue where probably children aren't supposed to be around them. So again, I'm seeing a huge, huge pattern in the testimonies that I'm giving pertaining to homosexuality, guys, and mental health. I'm just going to keep it a whole band with you. That's what I'm seeing, because I already knew it was cooking. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, here we go. All right, because I know the degrees. You see what I'm saying? So make sure, and if you see somebody dealing with human trafficking, you know what I mean, or child trafficking and child sex activities, and they're doing things that's out of harmony with nature, you can, I want to say, unalive them. However, do what you can to be vigilant in saving that particular child, if you can. All right. Anybody have any issues with what I said because you're a fucking homo? Fuck you, respectfully. And with that being said, I yield the floor. At about 101, right? 100 hours, 0 minutes and 51 seconds, to say that respectfully. There's a Luna Uranian reflection taking place. Luna's there at 22 degrees, Scorpio, 9 minutes. Uranus is at 22 degrees, Taurus, 9 minutes, retrograde, happening within the 4th and the 10th house, terrestrially. There's some dignity for Luna there in the 4th. With this being said, guys, there's some sudden changes that are reflecting the subconscious mind. So when it comes to one standing and how they are with their home, or when it comes to being able to expand one standing, as you can see, 25 degrees. Alrighty, if we are clear on it, it is an Aries degree. And so the 10th and 4th house are both at 25 degrees, 56 minutes, just respectfully, Aries and Libra. So with that being said, guys, when it comes to a status change in the home, let's make sure we're doing our best in making sure that we're doing everything that we can to provide the best psychological situation for our loved ones. And with that, I yield the floor. Luna trine at Neptune, about 0700 hours and 20 minutes, 0700 hours, 19 minutes and 57 seconds. Luna trine Neptune. Luna's there in the second house, 25 degrees, Scorpio, 32 minutes. And Neptune, 25 degrees, 32 minutes, retrograde in the 5th, 4 houses away. This is dealing with the values and self-expression, or also dealing with possessions and children. All righty. So, when it comes to subconscious psychological health, when it comes to things that are happening behind the scenes, even occult knowledge and expressing that, finding a way to institute your creativity pertaining to that, it would be wise for those to be able to find the spiritual connection between what it is pertaining to psychology or occult information and being able to institute it spiritually for their own edification, so that they can be able to have an inheritance that is necessary for them to be able to see the wisdom in order to secure themselves. And with that, I yield the floor. Luna sextile Pluto, all righty, it's taking place at about 1100 hours, 43 minutes and 22 seconds. Luna's there in the 12th, 27 degrees, Scorpio, 54 minutes. Pluto's there in the second house, 27 degrees, Capricorn, 54 minutes. Growth and opportunity. Alrighty, when it comes to having closure, and this closure will really be, kind of really had if you guys pay attention to the astrology. Maybe you need to schedule your Mirror AstroLiteracy session and get your mental magician report. Alrighty, so that means you need to be linking up with I and Brother Sean. Alrighty, get your Mirror AstroLiteracy session and your mental magician report. And in doing so, what you will have at your disposal is a means for your subconscious mind to really have closure to the transformations that are taking place in your value system. You're really seeing some things, taking hold that you may not have wanted to do before or during another time, but kind of at this point you have no choice, and you need to be able to secure your own health with these transformations that are taking place. So make sure that what's communicated pertaining to one's values, as well as maybe, some self-undoing. Make sure there's some communication that is taking place where health is at the top of the conversation. And with that, I yield the floor. There is taking place, there's a moon with a course. So Luna is about to ingress Sagittarius. After this last aspect here, it's going to be about 3 hours and 53 minutes of avoided course that takes place. Luna avoided course is buyer's remorse. make no major transactions. Luna's there in sun's joy, right? So opposite its own joy. With that being said, write. Allow yourself to really write and read other publications pertaining to that which you're writing about. 9 times out of 10, you will be looking into anything that's pertaining to psychology. With that, I yield the floor. Luna quartile Saturn taking place at about 1700 hours and 2 minutes thereafter. So with a lunar quartile Saturn, this is just a stimulation between the subconscious mind and its own structure. Alrighty, so the subconscious mind would be the moon structure, of course, and the essentials pertaining to that structure is Saturn. Saturn's there in its joy at 0 degrees Scorpio, 46 minutes retrograde in the 12th house. Saturn has its joy in the 12th, and it's in the daytime chart. So Saturn's a little dignified there, just a bit, right? Luna's there in the 8th house. So these are 5 houses away. So again, people, I can only say that this is kind of like mental health. Really, it really is. 8th house just makes me think of psychology again, with Mars traditionally ruling over the 8th and Saturn ruling over the 12th, both the quote unquote traditional malefics, with Mars being the most malefic here. It's in the 7th house, so terrestrially it's not doing so great, yet it has dignity in Scorpio, ruling over the 8th. When it comes to other people's values, other people's property, when it comes to the values in the relationship, I think that what will be beneficial for everyone is to really discuss intimately what is going on as far as the inner recesses of their mind, so that they will be able to have some serious closure and really be able to feel renewed after having a conversation in the safe space. And with that, I yield the floor to our beloved brother, and whom will well please, Brother Sean Ali Mel, Islam.
Islam, broski. Alrighty, so here we go. Closing it out for Wednesday, for the Mercury day. All right, we got sun at 24 degrees, 49 minutes Libra. Alrighty, again, so it's another Piscean degree, guys, that that we are going through. So it's, man, it's the bigger picture of the details that we are looking at. So when it comes to beauty, when it comes to music, maybe somebody wants to learn how to play piano or the flute or the violin, or you can schedule a music theory with Brother Sign, or schedule, to get your audio recorded,
Indeed, I definitely will. I will edit it for sure, and I will teach you the music theory, like Brother Sean said. Excellent. I yield. We're doing vocal training too. Jesus. No, go ahead. I yield.
Yeah, look at me. I've been working on mine. Yeah. Yeah. I just gotta go lower. The higher you're
hilarious.
I'm a crack like a cracker if I try to go high. But if it's low, my Barry White. All right. So
you're hilarious.
So yeah, just getting back into the the religious and the divine part of ourselves. I think a lot of people will have been caught up in that Caesar culture, right? The Roman culture that is not ours, but even then, just things that are man-made that strips us of our religion's divine nature, just due to training and all those other things. And yeah, that Mercury is definitely about to be conjunct the sun. So there's an upcoming conzimi. So there's about to be some major aha moments that are, will be coming up. So make sure one is just really journaling, and the sun is ruling actually with Luna, and that 10th house intercepted. So Luna's in Sagittarius. So yeah, sextile by signs. So yeah, there's gonna be some changes, some transformations that is already occurring for a lot that are aware of it. They're kind of seeing, okay, well, this is how things had to play out. But for others, they will probably be seeing not forced to make changes, but seeing this like, damn, if I don't change, shit gonna keep going how it's gonna be going. So just become, connected with oneself. And with that, I yield the floor. The only aspect is that lunar square Venus, that lunar Venusian square. All right, so Luna's in a second. All right, Venus is, pardon me, in the 11th house. Once again, so we're dealing with Scorpio degrees again. So guys, this is, once again, just things are being unveiled. Like, guys, if y'all are really just paying attention, or for those who haven't paying attention, you'll see like, wow. But for those who really don't, y'all will be like, wow. So this is, faith in the unknown. Finding stimulation in our friend groups and our, just our finances, what we see via the internet and things that we have. Like, once again, it's coming back to if everyone's being on point, within themselves of operating by divine nature, a humanitarian nature, everyone would be able to have the bare essential things, to get what they need to be secure in their lives. So I'm telling you, all that flexing of the military script and all these other things that, they have, well, they only have the value they give them, but it's not true value. Like, so what? You got 5 gold watches and chains. So what? I think a lot of people are going to be, so what? Just finding stimulation and being able to connect to their divine nature, but still being secure in the material to have those essential things. Like, oh, you got 5 gold chains? Well, I helped 20 people beat eviction cases, or I fed this amount of people that were hungry. Like, the culture, the dead culture that they call the Black culture that has been so popularized, it's already been dead, but I think people are going to physically see it start to disintegrate. Foreign learning, foreign service, it's really connecting back to ourselves, which is foreign, has been made foreign for a lot. And Venus again, ruling ascendant from that 11th. Man, yeah, there's a lot of transformation going on. So it's best to go with the grain rather than go against it. And with that, I yield the floor.
Islam. Shout out to all of you in the chat. Brother Dark Black Space says Islam, everyone. Mother Janelle Blashout says peaceful greetings. Roz Blackwood says peace to all. Mother Sahar says peaceful greetings to all. Brother Jadon L says peaceful greetings to all. And Mother Sahar says keeping it real! Exclamation point. That was probably when I was going on what I was saying about people being out of harmony with nature. I'm pretty sure. I'm just look, guys, at the end of the day, it's funny. I know I have a pretty androgynous look. However, it's like, man, that has nothing to do with how old fashioned, as far as I'm an old fashioned man, it is. So, some people will probably say, oh, Hassan's a bigot, however, at the end of the day, look, man, this is about being in harmony with nature. This is not about you just wanting to have your way any kind of way. And a lot of people out here will try to find diverse ways of being out of harmony with nature. 1, being homosexual. 2, not wanting to really be a mother and try to find, sympathy. 3, people not wanting to really be a father, right? And try to run away from situations, right? Or you got beings that will try, one father talking about, mother when she's really doing really, really great, or a mother who's talking about a father and he's really the best guy out there. These are the unnatural things that's happening because the lessons say, dear mothers, teach these lessons to your little ones so that they may learn to love instead of hate. Dear fathers, by these lessons, you can set your house in order so that your little ones will learn to love instead of hate. That's it. That's all. It's not really complicated. However, we get out of harmony with nature when we're disrespecting how we got here and disrespecting how we're supposed to help those that we assisted in getting here, right? that we've helped to bring here, and to make sure that things are happening smoothly according to those lessons. And those of us that, that are Moorish American know best. So you put your hand to this gospel plow, just stay the course. However, those of you that, put your hand to the gospel plow and let go, it's like the mental institution is waiting, because I'm seeing it. I see what happens to a lot of beings that let being Moorish American go. Seriously, when they, remove their turban or fez and turn in their card and button, when they turn in their card and button, cease wearing their turban and fez and going back into the state in which Prophet Noble Ali found them, things don't get better for them. It just doesn't. And, keep an eye out on people like that. I'm trying to tell you, they may need some help. But no, if that brother is in adversity, assist him. That means stand next to him and stand him up if he allows it. And if thy sister is in trouble, which means muddy thinking, forsake her not, which means leave her to herself. All right. So a lot of people come into Moorish science trying to escape something. They're either a criminal really on the inside of themselves, and they're thinking that, Moorish science is a sanctuary without them developing their character, or you have people who are really horrible with children, who probably shouldn't have children around them at all, but yet will use children as weapons and as a charity case to be able to get others to give, resources for them. I'm telling you, you have all types of beings. Some people get into Moorish science just to pimp people, right? And then some people get into Moorish science to, kind of try to, they may be inspired by knowledgeable, sincere, true, and faithful Moors, but they're only trying to learn a Moorish science so that they can try to consciously battle or something. Like, I'm going to, virtue signal that I'm better than this being. And it's like, man, so when I see these different things, it's just kind of like, you know what? Some of us just need to just stay the course and just ignore those that are going through their psychological issues, guys. And that's all I'm here to really say, to really assist in making sure you guys are looking at these lessons. Look out for the email, and make sure this email is coming to you. Make sure that 7 Heel Star isn't in your spam folder, guys. Mark it as safe. All righty. Saturday, join us for the astrology discussion. Don't be scared, guys. Join us for the astrology discussion. All right. If you're not a member of TUPAC, it's 30 units plus 10 for the video. So it's 40 total. If you are not a member, but you have a student card, it's 15 plus 10. If you want the recording, it'll be the plus 10. So that's 25 total. But if you just want to show up and you don't want the video, cool. 30 for non-members with no student card, 15 for non-members with a student card. However, if you're a member of TUPAC, come on through and enjoy yourself. All righty, guys. I'm going to yield the floor here. I love you all. All righty. Let me put this. I thought I had this on gallery mode. Maybe I didn't, right? Oh, no, I did. Okay. Well, it is what it is. So with that being said, guys, any questions, comments, and or suggestions going once? Brother Sean, any questions, comments, and or suggestions?
Join TUPAC, y'all missing out on the Saturdays. Like, y'all just missing out. Just join and support, your own Moorish.
We had a blast.
Community. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're doing this for y'all. We're not doing this for us. We're doing this for y'all. Like,
absolutely.
And for the babies, for time to come. Like, who else can you really say has an astrological community for our people, but open to all, and ain't charging you a foot and a leg and 2 pinky toes to get in. You know what I'm saying? As some of our other colleagues do. So y'all really gotta value and appreciate some things. But I yield, bro.
Questions, comments, and or suggestions going twice. I see Brother Derek Blash Bay says, love and respect to ye all, brothers and sisters. Indeed. This is the part where I and Brother Sean Lee Mel say, be ye selves and donate, guys. I will make sure that I'll do all the editing here. Look into the description for our Cash Apps. You can look into previous videos in the description for our Cash App. You sincerely care to donate. And, thank you all for, putting your good energy out there for Seven Hill Star. I know we, have and are going to continue to have a longevity that, most people in the Moorish movement really don't have. I'm very grateful and thankful to be sharing information pertaining to Moorish science for these past 9 years. And in November, it'll be 9 years, which means I'll be beginning my 10th year, the end of November. I think really like around the 30th November, to be completely honest with you. So I look forward to doing much more. However, I need to go and catch up with my beloved mother mistress consort, in whom I'm well pleased, babe. I love you. I know she's like getting this food together. We went late. So my mind right now is like, thank you, Brother Sean, but I'm about to go. I know it's some dishes and things that be cleaned up. I love, 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 love helping my beloved mother mistress consort with, whatever it is that we got to do for our loved ones and our little ones. It's really a joy, because what I get to see is the growth that we have, being a family unit, utilizing these lessons with our family being on the foundation pertaining to these lessons. It's really awesome for me. All right. After, seeking that family situation for many different years, growing up, without my mother and father under the same roof, it's just really great to be able to have the experience where we can, be that mother and father that's teaching lessons and setting house in order. Alrighty, so that our little ones may and will learn to love instead of hate. Mother Sahara says, that's beautiful. Questions, comments, and/or suggestions going thrice. Gratitude indeed, Mother Sahara, and to all of you that interacted with us in the chat. We are going to yield. Look out for those emails, guys. All righty. So I trust you are a part of Seven Hill Stars email list. I know I got quite a few to add to the email list. So I'm gonna be a little busy. I've just been very busy lately with going live on TikTok through the Seven Hill Star account, as well as our Astrology Street, the Astrology Street account too. Astrology Street account is almost there, almost at 1,000, at about 500, so halfway there. I trust more beings will, bring it forward, because we're going to do a lot in sharing. TikTok's a very different world as far as social media. Things move a lot quicker there. People connect a lot quicker. You get to see people's content come across your wall, even though it really depends on, who you come across, who you like, who you follow, and just start like making it, that way in a pixel retargeting kind of fashion. That's the only content you'll come across. But I would say, you guys, check out TikTok. You know what I'm saying? You want to come and support Seven Hill Star and Astrology Street there. And Brother Sean has Leo Mercury Moor 711 and the official 720 Astro Healing also. We're having a ball there. Well over 500,000 views for the hashtag Seven Hill Star. Thank you all that have, viewed it. We're definitely averaging at least like 250 views when we drop a video. So that's really helping us to grow really quickly. So it's like every 4 videos we drop, we're definitely going up another K, you know what I'm saying, so to speak. So we appreciate you guys. And then you got me and Brother Sean both using that hashtag there. So over 500,000 views for the hashtag Seven Hill Star. So thank you all for participating. And we look forward to, those that maybe new, never been on TikTok. Check it out. You won't be disappointed. You definitely will not be disappointed, especially when you see what things that we're going over. Even when going live, it's get to meet a lot of different minds. That's what I'll say behind those social media accounts at TikTok. All right. So this is where we say we love you all. Rest and recharge well. I'm going to go get some victuals and go and help my beloved mother mistress consort, in whom I am well pleased. Again, babe, you're awesome. All righty. Brother Sean, thank you all so much. Speaking to Brother Sean and our beloved brothers, Brother Terrell Tamari Bay, Brother Corey Bay, and Brother Ara Muwaba Bay. I think I see some things really happening where Seven Hill Star is about to actually have a blast off moment that I felt coming, but I think I see it a lot more, and I trust we'll be able to help the collective community out a whole lot more, especially when we go to help ourselves. We'll be having some excess. EXCESS, very Jupiterian, that word. We'll have some excess to be able to share with others. And with that, Brother Sean and I yield the floor. This is where we say namaste, namaste, namaste. Islam, 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 y'all. Peace.